Welcome to Message Crawler Video Manual. In this chapter, we're talking about deduplication. Let's jump to PowerPoint and cover this exciting topic. Now, deduplication. We're all used to deduplicating emails when we load them for review. There is certain hash value generated based on either metadata fields or binary content of the file. However, we don't do same thing when we process text messages. Deduplicate Records tool in Message Crawler designed to help us eliminate duplicate records. How would we get duplicate records? Well, maybe you collect data from multiple sources, from multiple phones, and you see same message being sent from one person to another. And it would be helpful for reviewers not to see duplicative text messages, so you could eliminate them before loading them for review. So how will Deduplicate Records tool will know what is duplicate and what is not? Well, the tool is going to ask you for what fields to use to figure out our duplicates. It's going to say, all right, do we want to use from field, to field, timestamp, and the actual text? Are those good fields? And if you decide those are the fields to use for deduplication, you simply check them off inside the tool. It will take values from those fields, combine them all together, and generate a hash value. And then just like a normal deduplication process, it'll compare those hashes together, and whenever they match, it's going to throw out the everything other than first occurrence of that hash. Whenever you run this, you also want to select your record type so that your attachments get deduplicated with emails as well. Another helpful tool we have here is tag duplicates. So instead of just removing them, you can actually just tag them first and preview the results. And I actually recommend you do that. This way you can select the fields you're going to use for deduplication, select your attachment field, tag your duplicates, go to the grid, and evaluate your results. See if you did a good job at selecting fields or not. And once you're confident that's what you want, you can go back to the duplicate tool and then select remove duplicates, selecting all the same options, and then actually remove all the duplicative records. Now, the thing about deduplication is this operation cannot be undone. Once you remove them from the grid, they're gone. So if you want them back, you have to reload data from original source, whether it was a DAT file, or JSON file, or XML. Now, next thing that's really helpful when you identifying duplicates is to clean up your data. When you get data from different sources, the data may look different. For example, dates, they may be formatted different ways. You can have collection performed by two different pieces of forensic software, and one will use AM PM time and the other one will use military time. Maybe you will have names that are different. So what you can do is you can use search and replace tool to strip out the names and only leave phone numbers. Or if you have different spelling of a name and you want to use names, you can use name normalization tool to kind of normalize names across, and then use those fields for deduplication. And just like I said before, if we have dates, you can use date, because again, date could be formatted down to a minute or down to a second. It could be AM, PM, and so on. So you have to know what data you're deduplicating, and don't assume that it's going to be the same. You want to preview it, and again, you want to preview your deduplication results, see if it makes sense. If it does, then you want to proceed with removing duplicates. All right, let's jump into Message Crawler and actually deduplicate some messages. All right, let's do some deduplication. I'm going to import a DAT file, which I'm going to pick from right here. And I'm going to scroll to my text section, and we are going to look at text to see that we have duplicates. Let me sort this. Normally you would not do this. I am doing this mostly for demonstration so we could see how duplicates being identified, tagged, and removed. All right, so here I purposefully put a lot of duplicative messages. I'm going to go to my deduplicate data tool, and I'm going to say I want to deduplicate by text. And I'm going to say just tag my documents. Now, again, normally I would select more fields like from, to, timestamp. I would also do the attachment as I explained. But right now we're just going to deduplicate based on text, and we are going to tag our results. So I'm going to click on perform dedupe. I'm going to scroll all the way to the right, and now you see how first occurrence of a duplicate got marked as original, and the second is a duplicate. And same thing continues forward. If we have 3 duplicates, we have 1 original, 2 duplicates. So this is how you can check your work before you actually remove anything. And once you're ready to do actual deduplication, then you can go in here and you can set all your options, record type, and so on, and you could say remove. When you click on perform dedupe, you'll see how only unique records remained, and in fact we still have the original column. So it did remove all the duplicates, and attachments should have been grouped together because we did select that attachment field. So that's how you would deduplicate records in Message Crawler. It's not a difficult process, however, you do need to be aware of what kind of data goes into it and if you need to do any kind of cleanup of your data. Anyway, that's it for this chapter. I will see you on the next chapter of Message Crawler Video Manual.